Many of us follow Shark Tank regularly, and one of the most commonly used terminology is EBITDA, which basically stands for earnings before interest, depreciation and taxes. Now, though EBITDA tracking is very critical for a business, is it enough if we track EBITDA alone? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the other aspects or other terminologies which concern profitability, which will definitely help your business better understand the profitability at a product, vertical and an overall basis. So let's first understand how EBITDA is arrived at. You start with your gross sales and you have your discounts and other rebates and taxes, and then you have your net sales, and from that you reduce your cost of goods sold and your employee cost and your other expenses, and then finally you have EBITDA, which is basically earnings before interest, tax and depreciation. And from that, after reducing taxes, depreciation and finance cost, you have your profit after tax. So this EBITDA is at an organization level, and I strongly believe that the profitability tracked this way will not enable the management in decision making. So what can actually be done is for you to have gross revenue and net revenue at a product or vertical level, and from this net revenue, if you reduce your direct costs such as your cost of goods sold or your direct labor costs or other expenses which are direct to that particular product or vertical, then you arrive at something called as CM1 or contribution margin 1. And from this CM1, if you reduce your variable expenses which are associated with this particular product or vertical, such as your marketing expenses or your marketing team expenses, you arrive at something called as CM2. Now from the CM2, if you reduce the overall corporate variable expenses such as your brand marketing expenses or your other variable expenses at a corporate level, you arrive at CM3. And from the CM3, if you reduce all the fixed expenses at a corporate level, you arrive at the EBITDA. While EBITDA is an important parameter to showcase to your investors or your stakeholders, doing this analysis of CM1, CM2, CM3 will really help the management in taking decisions such as which vertical is performing well and where to focus more energy and resources on, or if any particular product or vertical is not performing well, whether a decision to be taken to shelve off such product or vertical. So this analysis would enable in such decision making process. So a simple way to track profitability in this fashion would be to record the data at a product or vertical level, and also develop a simple dashboard which can give you a real-time information on profitability at a vertical, product and of course the corporate level.